Here's 15 things I wish I knew before visiting Koh Phangan Thailand. I really love this island and I highly recommend for you to come here also. But these 15 things are very important. I have learned the last 2 months I stayed here to make sure you have the best time here and avoid some big mistakes. I will also later go over some important things to make sure you have the best experience here, like where to stay and where to not stay, and also some unique things you definitely need to do here to make the most out of your time in this paradise island. But let's start with a couple of quick tips I have learned, and one is when you are arriving here, there's basically no airport in Koh Phangan, so you need to fly to the next island, Koh Samui. But what I didn't know that you can also fly to Surat Thani, that is the main airport in this area. It can be way cheaper to fly there and take ferry from there instead of from Koh Samui. And talking about the ferry, make sure if you're coming to the main areas to stay in Koh Phangan, take it to Thongsala, not to Ha Drin. But yeah, if you're going to the full moon party, then take it to Ha Drin. And if you don't love rain, don't come to November and early December as I did the first time, because I thought as it's close to the sunny season it would be already quite good weather, but it was so rainy all the time, so definitely kind of ruined my trip here the first time. And one thing is sandflies on the beach. I never heard it before I came to Koh Phangan. The first time I got so many bites here in Malibu Beach and also in Hing Kong Beach. Not all beaches have them so much, but a lot of them have here. And here are some tips with the sandflies. So if you move when you're in the sand, they don't bite. It's only when you stay a long time in one spot they will find you and bite you. And also you can put some mosquito spray if you're, for example, watching sunset on the beach. But yeah, if you get the bites, you can also buy from the pharmacy anti-itch cream I have. It really helps. And the next thing is when you swim on these amazing beaches, there's so many in Koh Phangan, there's one thing to be careful with is box jellyfish. I really had no idea of that thing even exists before I came this year, and I got some comments and I did some research, and yeah, there are some box jellyfish in Thailand, in Koh Samui and Koh Phangan, in some beaches more than others, and it's really dangerous. So if you get stung by it, you are in big trouble. So it's definitely something to be a little bit careful with. It shouldn't be too probable to happen, but it's good to know that, for example, during night you shouldn't really swim because they're the most active during that time and you also can't really see them. And the next thing is the visa situation. What I thought is just 30 days visa on arrival and then extending in the immigration office here in Koh Phangan, and that's what I did. But for 2 months or 3 months stay, it's actually better to get an e-visa. Apparently there is an option for 60 days e-visa if you stay, for example, 2 months. That's perfect. Or even 3 months, it's just one less visit to the immigration office. But now to more positive and exciting topics. But before that, please like the video if you're liking it so far, and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss the next videos and help your boy out. The next thing is Muay Thai. I wish I knew how easy it is to join one of these classes here in MAA. In the beginning I was a little bit shy because I never did a Muay Thai class like this before, so I thought I need to find a friend to do it with. But then when I went with my friend Justin finally, I realized that actually it's so easy to just come here and join anytime, and it's so much fun. So I highly recommend trying at least once or twice while you're in Thailand. It's kind of a must do here. And also there's sort of Muay Thai events like fight nights. They advertise them all the time around. So yeah, you should also join one of those. It's really cool experience. And yeah, I think MAA is the coolest place they have here in Koh Phangan. It's really so beautiful. They even have sunset view. And it's just so nice. They have cafe and everything here. But one thing I wish I also knew is that when you're coming here, they don't really, in the group classes, they don't teach the specific kicks and everything. So I didn't really know any of those before, so it was a little bit awkward in the beginning because they just told me to do things when I'm on the pads, and but I'm like, what is that? I don't know what that is. So I would recommend checking quickly on YouTube, just like what are the basic kicks and everything. Not necessary, but yeah, it would be helpful. Look at this sunset spot I found. So beautiful. I'm all alone on top of this rock. It's so peaceful and so beautiful sunset. as almost always in Koh Phangan. And I just wanted to quickly mention also that when you drive a scooter here is so much better if you have proper helmet with good visor you can always use, because the distance is a little bit longer here, the roads are almost always empty, so it just makes your life so much better if you have visor, so you can just drive comfortably and not get everything into your eyes. And of course for safety also it's good. And talking about safety, be careful on the roads, there's a lot of sand on many of them, so yeah, don't drive too fast, it can be slippery. Next I will talk about some things I wish the most that I have known before I came here, but first I just wanted to remind you that enjoying every stay to the fullest is important, but don't forget the goal for digital nomads to live freely in long-term luxury. I'm talking less private jets and more Picassos, because long-term luxury makes your money work for you. And the most exclusive asset in the world is fine art. There's a reason why some banks have collected paintings as financial assets for centuries. You might be saying, why are you telling me this? I don't have $1 million for a painting. But the sponsor of this video, Masterworks, has changed the game. On their easy-to-use platform where you can invest in shares of paintings from legendary artists like Picasso. They have generated over $45 million in art sales and distributed the proceeds to their investors. And over 920,000 people have joined so far. Shares from popular artists have sold out in minutes, but in honor of our new sponsorship, you can skip the waitlist to start collecting today by going to masterworks.com/Jose the Nomad or scanning the QR code on screen. I just did yoga here in Sati Yoga. It's a really beautiful place and really good yoga. Koh Phangan is famous for yoga and spirituality, and I always knew that. But what I wish I knew before is that it's not just about yoga. Basically, one tip is to go to the sauna in Xantiva and talk to people, because there's a lot of people who stay here long term and they know about all these things. And I heard about so many things from those people. For example, Fridays in Aum, there's this really cool aesthetic dance with fire, and like it's really amazing experience. My first time doing aesthetic dance, but yeah, it was just incredible experience and I highly recommend trying it. Like there's so many events and workshops and all kind of things on this island. It's really the most rewarding experience on this island, to really immerse yourself into that culture of spirituality and all these things they do on this island. Because for me, I haven't really tried many of these things, just yoga before, and it's really really level up your experience you can have here if you just try a lot of those things that are a little bit out of your comfort zone and different. And yeah, it's very unique on this island, specifically here in Koh Phangan. It's just you can't really experience so many places doing so many different things. I haven't seen that anywhere else, that there's so much offerings and so many things. So yeah, it's really cool to take advantage of that. And also, for example, on the Zen beach, they have every Friday for sunset this kind of drum dance thing event. A lot of people go there. It's really cool. There's so many things you can do and really get part of the community here. And I'm sure there's so many other things I haven't tried, because yeah, there's just so much. Today I came to explore this one area in the northeast of the island, and I'm gonna talk about a few things I wish I knew before I came when it comes to exploring around the island. This view is really insane. It's crazy. Definitely worth to drive 30 minutes from Tongsala to come here. Next I will go to the Bottle Beach down there, but yeah, one thing I also wish I knew is that the east side of the island is actually the most beautiful part of the island. I had no idea. I just heard from a few people, and then I went with my new friend Valentine to check this one party in Bamboo on this beach that apparently is a really beautiful beach, and we drive to Hadrin, and I was surprised that actually even Hadrin is very beautiful where the full moon party is. And yeah, the boat drive was like 300 baht per way, and it was very beautiful also. The beach itself, Had Yuan, is incredibly beautiful. It's definitely the most beautiful beach in Koh Phangan I have seen. It's absolutely beautiful. The party itself wasn't really our vibe, but it's good to know that there's actually so many crazy parties every week around the island. in all kind of places and all kind of theme parties. So it's not only the full moon party if you want to go to all kind of special parties. I'm finally at the beach after hiking so long down because driving with scooter wasn't possible, and there's some taxis, they bring you down, but there was nothing available, so I just walked. But yeah, it feels extra good to swim after the hike, and next I will go snorkeling. Apparently it's a good place to snorkel, so we'll see. Yeah, the snorkeling didn't really work. The visibility was like zero because it's quite windy and wavy today. So I came to the other side of the beach that seems more beautiful and better for swimming. It's really beautiful beach for sure, but what I would say is that because you can also come here with a boat, so that's the easiest way from Chaloklum where I stay, just taking a boat taxi here. It's like 300 baht. Also, like I heard from my friends, they did a hike like all the way back there. There's some way from Chaloklum area to hike here, and apparently it's really beautiful. Everybody say there's definitely like something to do here. I had no idea that you can hike in Koh Phangan, and there's other ones also in the east side of the island. So yeah, it's good to know that if you like hiking, you can do really good hikes here also. But yeah, I would say that it's really beautiful beach, but it's not like super incredibly amazing. Like there's better beach. I like some beaches just close where I stay better than this, and the east side, the Had Yuan, was definitely more beautiful in my opinion. So I don't know if it's like you don't necessarily need to come here, but what I would say that the viewpoint with the rock was like that's a must see. It's really incredible to just hike a little bit there from the road, and also just driving around through the jungle to get here to this area of the island. It's really beautiful. I came here to Koma for sunset. It's really beautiful area for sunsets, and even during the day, especially when the tide is correct, and it's really nice with the sandbank and everything. And I stay quite close to here, and yeah, that's the next topic. What is the best area to stay? The most probable place is probably Hadrin because of the full moon parties there. But if you don't want to go to full moon party, or generally if you want to do anything else than just party, you shouldn't stay in Hadrin. The best area to stay if you're staying for longer and if you want to experience all the things this amazing island has to offer is on the west side of the island or in the northwest. Basically, I'm living in Chaloklum, and that's in the northwest, and it's close here to Koma. And I really love this area because I can go to Malibu Beach, which is my favorite beach, every morning for morning walk, and also it's close here to Koma, which is nice for sunsets. And actually, that's one thing I wish I knew before. It's really nice to watch sunset here in Koma. It's just really beautiful, and it's so close to where I stay. I always go further before or on the hill. It's not so nice there. But now I realized just recently that I can actually just come here very easily. That's one thing I wish I knew. Because in Chaloklum, the negative is even if it's really amazing area and it's more relaxing and chill and calm here also and more local, but it's a little bit further away from all the restaurants and gyms and activities that are more generally in the Siratanu area. And yeah, that's good area to stay because then you're close to all those things. But there's not so good beaches there. Like there's Zen Beach that is apparently really good for swimming also, but it's also nude beach during the day. But my recommendation would be to be somewhere between Siratanu and Hing Kong and the north side, because then you're close to all the nice beaches, you're close to all the restaurants and everything, and kind of like in middle of all that. So I think the optimal would be like Had Yao or Had Salad area. Either of those beaches are really good for swimming, and it's really nice area in general, and there's some restaurants already there, and then you're still close to the north side and you're close to Siratanu, and still a little bit closer to the main town Tongsala, where it's, for example, really good food market and some other cool stuff. But it can be hard to find good accommodation with good price in those best areas. At least I didn't really find any. But I wish I knew how important it is to stay closer to that area, so I would have put more effort to find something there, and even maybe less nice place there than where I stay now would have been better for longer term in the end. I really think Koh Phangan has the most beautiful sunsets. It has been pretty incredible here the whole time I've been. It's just so nice almost every day. The ocean is so calm, it's just so relaxing here. I I came here to Indigo to get some matcha and get some work done. And the next thing is that I wish I knew that there's actually a lot of people traveling solo and even working here in Koh Phangan. So it's definitely not like I was a little bit shy in the beginning to go alone to the cafes and work, but actually there's a lot of people doing that in pretty much all the places, and especially here in Indigo, this is a good place to come to work. I learned it from one of you guys who told me that I should come here, and also Delhi Devi is a good place to work. There's a lot of people working in these places always, and generally the vibe is in that way that it's easy to meet people even if you're alone, because there's a lot of other people who are also traveling alone or even staying here long term alone, especially in the sauna and the paddle, and there's so many places where you can meet people very easily, and even in the cafes and in the beaches and anywhere, all in the events also. So yeah, it's a good place to travel alone. I didn't know that before. But that's all. I hope this video was helpful. Like and subscribe, and see you next week.